We're now on to the root cause part of the problem solving method. And this is where we want to find out what was the reason for it. What was the reason for this problem? Now we've got two options to proceed. If you're absolutely sure that you don't want to consider any other possibilities, then you can choose there is one root cause. However, if you think about it, there could be lots of reasons why. So I'd encourage you to go for the I want to consider multiple root causes. But for now, this video is just about the one root cause. And the video here is different to the video on this screen. So we've got our root cause title. So we said not picked up in weekly meetings. So we're talking here about the renewal that should have triggered the invoice to be sent out for a customer wasn't being picked up in weekly meetings. That's why I think we didn't charge one of our customers. And so we then go to the next point. How have you verified that this is the root cause? Now, it's plain to see in front of our faces. However, if you're looking at maybe if you've developed a product and there's an issue with a part and you've got this potential, this is why we think it's the root cause, you can do more testing to work that out. And this is where you'd put the details of those tests. So the next stage is the 5 why. So we say, why is it not picked up in weekly meetings? And it's because we didn't see that the renewal was due. Why? Because on the customer dashboard, the expiry date was not very visible to us when we was doing our meeting. But why? Because we didn't set it as red in development. Why? Because we just didn't think about it at the time. Why didn't we think about it? Because we had more important things to move on to. Or it could be that the process that we used to develop it wasn't right. Either way, the root cause is that we just didn't think about doing it. However, during that analysis, we've actually found out that one of the actions that we could do is set the expiry date in red so it makes it more visible. But before we get onto the actions, because I'm jumping ahead as we all like to, if this was discovered outside of your business, why wasn't the problem detected? So this is your escape point. So if you were to, how could we prevent problems like this in the future from escaping outside of our business? Okay, so what are the potential actions for this root cause? So we could set the expiry date of contracts with a red background. Okay, that's one of the things we could do. We could look at a lessons learned solution. To prevent us from making the same mistake again. And so on. So you can add all of your potential actions there. Then once complete, tick this box here, click save, and you'll move on to the actions.